Alright, hello everyone, welcome to Infidel, if it'll start. Nope, abandon one, thank you very much. Yes, is it loaded? It's another text adventure. It shouldn't take too long. Especially if I cheat. Yeah, I might do. I might just cheat, because frankly I'm getting sick of text adventures. And too many of them. Oh, and there's more to come as well. Oh, it's great. Right. You wake slowly, sit up in your bunk, look around the tent, and try to ignore the pounding in your head, the cottony taste in your mouth, and the ache in your stomach. The droning of a plane's engine breaks the stillness, and you realize that things outside are quiet. Too quiet. You know that this can mean only one thing. Your workmen have deserted you. They complained over the last few weeks, grumbling about the small pay and lack of food, and your inability to locate the pyramid. And after what you stupidly did yesterday, trying to make them work on a holy day, their leaving is understandable. The professor's map was just an ancient map, as worthless as an ice cube in the Arctic, without an instrument fine enough to accurately measure longitude and latitude. Oh. Fuck it, whatever. You knew that the site was nearby. You dug, and you ordered the workers to dig, even without the box. As you listen to the plane and rub your aching eyes, you pray that they left you supplies enough to find the pyramid and to survive, and that the plane's carrying the long overdue box. Right, I'm inside my tent. You are in the army cot. You are in your tent. Golden rays of the sun. Golden rays of the glorious sunshine. Indeed. Filter through the open tent flaps on the southern wall, but no breeze makes its way through. The dry, searing heat in the tent would be bearable if only the air stirred even a little. At the foot of the cot is a large, unwieldy trunk. The trunk is closed and locked with a padlock. Get up. You push yourself up and manage to get out of the cot. Your legs are a little wobbly, though, and your head swims. You hear a plane flying high overhead outside the tent. Leave tent. Oh god, he's got off the bomb. Oh. You are on an east-west path south You are on an east-west path on the north side of the encampment. To the south you can see a fire pit, and to the north is the entrance to your tent. Everything is oddly quiet, unsettling, creating a feeling of floating anxiety. The stillness seems to enhance the eerie quality of the desert, the feeling of being truly alone. There's a small hole in the sand, a remnant of your excavation attempts. You crane your neck and see a plane, high overhead, circling the encampment. So after the fire pit, you are in the centre of the encampment, standing before a charred pit, a hole dug in the sand surrounded by blackened rocks. The night breezes have already started the reclamation work of the desert, covering most of the pit's bottom. You can see your tent to the north, the work tent to the south, and the supply tent to the west. Far off to the east, through the heat waves rising off the shifting sands, you can see gentle rolling dunes. There's an enlarged hole in the sand, a remnant of your excavation attempts. Half covered with sand is a bright piece of foil which catches your eye. Sitting by a rock is what looks like a matchbook. You crane your head and see a plane. Yes. Right, let's take matchbook. I have now got the matchbook. Outside the work tent, you are on an east-west path directly to the north of the work tent. To the north you can see the fire pit and, beyond that, your tent. The work tent borders an endless vista of fine burning sand stretching out to the south. There's an enlarged hole in the sand, a remnant of your excavation attempts again, yes. Into the work tent. You are in a tent which used to house the workers and their personal effects. Looking around, taking in the stripped and bare surroundings, you feel surprised that they even left the canvas walls. You quickly realise that they took what they needed. Taking everything would have been more trouble than it was worth. From the looks of things, they cleared out quickly but quietly. Tacked up to the inside of one of the tent flaps is a note. Sitting in the sand, bulging a little, is a beaten-up knapsack. Well, let's read the note. Fear Manala. Hereafter you shall pursue your fool dream of the hidden pyramid and its riches alone. May the jackals feed well on your bones. We have left you what you need to get back, though we hope you do not. Jesus. We put several things you treasure above life itself inside your trunk, locked with your precious padlock, but we could not bear to part with the key. Fuck you. Especially after what you said of our rights. We hope the drug we placed in your drink did you harm. If not, we are at least satisfied you slept especially soundly while we cleaned out the camp. Farewell. Damn, son. Alright. Open the knapsack. Opening the knapsack reveals a rope and a canteen. The sound of something heavy landing comes nearby. I assume that's the crate. Or the box or whatever. Knapsack wearing it. You swing the knapsack over your shoulders and it settles on your back as the cover flap closes. Right then. Oh fuck. Take, what was it? Bowl? Canteen. Open knapsack. Take canteen. Oh my god. Drop knapsack. Open. Take canteen. Take knapsack. Okay, Jesus Christ. Okay. North. North. Lying in the sand is a wooden packing crate. Half covered with sand is a bright piece of foil which catches your eye. Oh dear, oh dear. Right then. Go west to west, Brownie. Right. Outside supply tent. You're on a north-south path on the west edge of the encampment. Directly to the west is the supply tent, its flaps open, still in the hot, quiet air. To the east you can see the central fire pit, a reminder of your being alone. A row of thickets, impossible to make any progress through even with a machete, grows along the western edge of the camp, directly to the north and south of the tent. There's a small hole in the sand, a remnant of your excavation attempts. You are in a tent, very much like your own, a tent which had originally contained the supplies for your expedition. You notice, however, that most of the items which were here just yesterday have vanished with your workers. The tent looks as if it's been cleaned out, and as your stomach growls, the empty tent ironically reminds you of a turkey carcass picked clean after a huge Thanksgiving meal. Very American. Through the open tent flaps to the east, you can see the fire pit. If only one of the workers had remained behind, you would make him pay. Stuck in a sand, handle down, is a small pickaxe. Half buried in the sand, in the corner of the tent, is a shovel. Do we take both? We take both. Take all. Now head east, north and west. Near the Nile. You are on an east-west path on the north side of the encampment. A path to the south starts here, and you can see the riverbank clearly to the west. A warm, light breeze reaches your face, drying your sweat into a thin mask of salt. Ugh. You glance to the north and are greeted by a disheartening sight, an endless stretch of searing desert. There's an enlarged hole in the sand, a remnant of your excavation attempts. Riverbank. You are on the bank of the River Nile. The shoreline is sandy and cool, and reeds wave in a light but warm breeze. Directly to the north and south, thickets make strolling along the bank impossible. You're hot, and the cool, rippling water to the west looks inviting, but you're not alone in that thought. Crocodiles bask on the west bank, eyeing you hungrily, just waiting for you to enter their watery domain. Things were never like this when Craig was around. Okay, I don't know who Craig is, but okay. Oh, film canteen. Do I really need to tell you to open the canteen? Jesus Christ. Okay, you have fill canteen. Close canteen. Jesus, right. Okay. East. East. Outside your tent. Enter. There's an army cot here. At the foot of the cot is a large unwieldy trunk. Break. Unlock. Pickaxe. Aha. Bad luck breaks open. Okay, open chest. Trunk, rather. You'd better... Jesus Christ. Opened. Opening the trunk reveals an inspection sticker, a piece of dried beef, and an ancient map. Take all. I've got it's too bulky and unstable as to be carrying around. Trunk, I've heard better ideas from politicians. Oh, I can't take the map. Do I have to drop the... can I drop the... Drop the lock. Yes, drop the lock. Take map. There we go. It feels fairly heavy though, as though it were folded around something solid. Right, I assume we have to open the map or something stupid. Yes, open map. Unfolding the ancient map reveals a stone cube. Take cube. Shit. Inventory. Drop. No. Take cube. Jesus. Oh, drop the map. Okay. Don't need the map apparently, we've got the cube. Read sticker. The small inspection sticker says, this trunk inspected by numbers 8 and 6.5. This reality was manufactured by tiny elves from the Bosbar Pyramid Construction Company, a jointly owned subsidiary of the Frobos Cove Magic Village Industries. Michael Berlin and Patricia Fogelman, chief engineers. It's Zork again. Okay. Don't read this again. I'll leave the tent. Okay. Leave. East. You are on an east-west path on the northern side of the encampment. To the east, you can see the sites of previous excavations your workers have begun before they deserted you. Low, gentle sand dunes roll out of sight to the north, but your camp's eastern border has a path heading off to the south, which starts here. There's an enlarged hole in the sand, a remnant of your excavation attempts. Okay, southwest. No. Another path. You are at the eastern edge of an east-west. For fuck's sake. You are at the eastern edge of an east-west path in the middle of the camp. To the west, you can see the fire pit, and beyond that, the supply tent. To the east, you can see the desert, a vista difficult to avoid seeing from just about anywhere in the camp. A north-south path intersects here, travelling along the eastern border of the camp. There's an enlarged hole in the sand, a remnant of your excavation attempts. Southern path. You're at the start of a path which heads north along the eastern border of the encampment. To the east, you can see the horror and the beauty which brought you here, the desert sand and its hidden treasure. The fire pit is visible to the northwest. There's an enlarged hole in the sand, a remnant of your excavation attempts. Again, east. You are in the desert. East of the encampment. From this distance, the camp seems little more than a mirage, an image of another reality which has little to do with the brutal, searing reality of the desert, your quickly dehydrating body, or your painfully broiling feet. There's an enlarged hole in the sand, a remnant of your excavation attempts. You wipe your sweating brow, gazing off into the distance, and notice a cool, crystal-clear lake glimmering on the horizon just to the north. You better drink something, and soon. Okay. Drink. Canteen. Drink water. Open canteen. Drink. There we go. Close canteen. There we go. Right. Where are we going now? East again. You are in the desert, out of sight of the encampment. You are thankful there's no wind, even though a cooling breeze would be welcome, since the fine sand particles would sting your face and hands. All around is the desert, a sweeping expanse of disheartening sand. There's a small hole in the sand, a remnant of your excavation attempts. Okay. Alright, fine. Dig. Sand. You enlarge the hole a little, taking out 2 shovels full for every one that collapses back in from the walls. I think the walkthrough led me astray. I think I was supposed to actually fucking look in that crate. You made the hole quite sizable, though it's not very deep. The deeper you dig, the more the walls collapse, and so you widen the base of the hole. Dig, sand, shovel. Dig. Dig. Sand. You're knee deep in the hole, digging away, taking out more and more sand. You silently curse those workers for having deserted you. Dig. Sand. You've dug yourself into a deep hole. You're actually several feet below the surrounding sand. The walls look very unstable. You've uncovered what could only be the top of a pyramid. After clearing it away with your hands, you notice a square opening in the top of it. Oh my. Very good, very good. Okay. But cube in hole. The ancient stones beneath your feet shake and tremble as they move the sands. You leap out of the way and manage to avoid being sucked down into the vortex. Through the sands, an entrance down into the pyramid is revealed. The entire experience sends a jolt of adrenaline through your body as your lips form a sneer. You've found it, and without any help from those idiots. Alright then. Down. Chamber of Ra. Okay. You are standing in the Chamber of Ra, a tribute to the sun god. Even though the only natural light enters through the opening above, the room is brilliantly lit as though the walls themselves generated light. The room slopes inward, and the walls meet at an open point above your head. The heat of the desert filters down through the opening, and, as the air slowly circulates, the deep, long-dead, musty odours from the depths of the pyramid assault your senses. I think only one sense, actually. Specifically smell. 4 staircases descend from here, a steep one to the north, a winding one to the south, a wide... Hello and guten Tag. Hello, Cubic. How are you doing? Steep one to the north, a winding one to the south, a wide one to the east, and a narrow one to the west. In the centre of the room is a large red sandstone altar mounted solidly in the floor. Leaning on the floor, partially covered with dust, is a small pink alabaster jar. Leaning against the altar is a bronze torch. Okay, right, so, okay. Drop sec. Take rope. I now have the rope. What do I do with the rope? Okay, tie rope to altar. Tie rope to altar. The rope has been tied to the stone altar. Yeah. There's no hole I'm going down. I'm not rappelling anywhere, I don't think. I'll throw it north. Throw a rope north. The rope descends into the steep staircase. Oh, I suppose it's possibly difficult. How you doing, Cubic, anyway? I'm just going to plough through this. It's another bloody text adventure. We're just get through it. Feels empowering to say something in German. Ooh. Not for the wrong reasons, I hope. Goddamn Germans. Always wanted to be empowered. Oh dear. Okay, grab the torch and the jar. Okay. Take. Look at that, it's a little racist. It's not racist. Okay, I was about to say something racist. Oh dear. Germans aren't Nazis. No, but Nazis are German. Oh dear. And to be fair, the Nazis weren't the only time, were they? That wasn't the only time the Germans really wanted to be in power. Not the first time in the century, in fact. And not the second time, and not the second time in a 100-year period. Oh well. Never mind. You know, I knew a guy. In fact, you can tell me. I knew a guy whose name was Volker. He was part of our archery club. Now, it is my understanding that Volker is people in German. Is that a fake name? Was that a fake name? Or is that an actual German name? I don't know. Oh dear. Open jar. Dip torch in jar. Oh no, the word for people in German. Oh, okay. Oh, it was the other guy who's German, isn't it? Toby. Toby's German. I don't actually know German, I just know some words. It's Toby that's German, yeah. Sorry. Wrong person. The tip of the torch has been covered with a liquid. Ooh. I dipped my stick in the jar and got it covered in the liquid on the bottom. Which is, Ugh. There wasn't a figure in that jar, was there? Oh no. Oh no. Okay, then light a match. I always say I'd love to learn, but never made the effort. Oh dear. Occasionally, I'll try to learn like Japanese or something, because to watch my animes, but then I give up. I get a little bit done, and then I stop. And then next time, I get a little bit more done, and then I stop. I know a very, very small amount of Japanese. Oh dear. Okay, light torch. The bronze torch is now lit. Good. Right. Close jar. Your match went out and it burned your fingers too. You drop it. The match falls into a crack in the stone floor. Darn. Okay. Put jar matches in sack. Done. Your stomach grows in hunger. Eat beef. Eat meat. That really hit the spot. It did make you a little thirstier though. Even in this pyramid you need to drink something, and soon. The hardest part is learning a language is the grammar. That's if you know the alphabet. You can't just focus on learning words, you've got to know how to make a sentence. Yeah, but like you can communicate with just words. You do need to know the words though. Like grammar is the hardest thing if you want to be proficient in a language. If you just want to be able to like work it out, sort of like muddle through, then I'd say it's the words. Gain a breadth of knowledge. It depends on what your goal is, to be honest, I suppose. And if you're learning something that's got a completely different, like, alphabet system, like, completely, like if you try to learn, like, an East Asian language, then good luck. Especially Japanese or Chinese, where they've got, like, literally thousands of characters. Good fucking luck. My memory's not that good. I mean, German and English have very similar grammar. Yeah, German and English are strangely similar, aren't they? Like, weirdly so. Like, more similar than you'd expect, considering the Germans were never conquered by the Romans. Alright. Take sack. Yes. Go north to find the circular room. You are in a strange round room which sits in the centre of 4 hallways. These hallways lead off to the northeast, southeast, southwest, and northwest. Pardon me. Like the spokes of a wheel. Above your head is a long tunnel which stretches up and out of sight. In fact, German is probably the easiest language for English speakers to learn in terms of time spent learning. Possibly. I won't know. The Germans... WR? Never fully conquered by Rome. Yeah. Like a few of the tribes, I think, got beat. But they weren't conquered by... That's what I'm saying. They were never forced to take on Latin, is what I'm saying. So it's strange that a Latin... A country that's got a Latin background for its language is somehow similar to a country that doesn't. That's what I'm saying. Although to be fair, I think we had to take on a lot of German as well anyway, didn't we? English is just a bastard language of thousands of different faces. Everyone. It's just a bit of everything. But yeah, it's almost like England has a German history that would tie the groups together. Well, yeah, in more ways than one we do. But yeah, there's long tunnel which sits up on the site. Descending from above is the end of a long rope. As you peer down the dimly lit hallways, you see the doors in all 4 hallways are balanced halfway open. Oh dear. A large golden cluster sits on the floor. Sitting in the middle of the floor is a large statue about 2 feet shorter than you. It reminds you a little of Miss Ellingsworth. Who the fuck? Drop sack. That sounds lewd. Put cluster in sack. Done. I blame the Vikings for our bastard child language. Well, the Vikings weren't even German, were they? They were like Scandinavian. One of them countries. Was it Norway? I think it was Norway. Did Norway take Germany as well? Is that where it comes from? Did the Vikings impart their language upon Germany? Did Norway used to be bigger? Well, I mean, there was the Vikings. I suppose there's the Vikings. But there's like the original Celtic language. I was going to tell them that Nordic language is Germanic. Okay, fine. Whatever. Shush you. But yeah, there's like the Celtic languages. There's Latin. There's French. There's Saxon. There's Germanic from the Nordics. It's a lot of fucking languages. There's Normans, which I suppose is just French. Too many languages. Very silly. Push the statue and pick up the head. Alright. We'll do a game. The statue teeters, swaying and rocking back and forth, and falls over, its top-heavy structure striking the floor with a dull, loud thud. As you look over the damage, you see the head is separated from the statue. Take head. You aren't given head, you take it. English shares the most words with French, but has the most similar grammar to German. Yeah. Well, yeah, like, our royalty was French for a long time. That's why the Magna Carta came about, because we were sick of the French being French. Like, the French were acting like... The French royalty was acting like French royalty instead of English royalty. So we had to force them to behave. That's what the Magna Carta is. It's like, what was it? William the Conqueror turned up. Nobody liked him. And so he decided, right, you don't like me, so I'm going to enact a genocide. Scorched earth. There's the Doomsday Book, which basically tallies up everything that was in the country at the time that he took it over, essentially. And there's just entire sections of that area of the country, which is not far from me, actually, where it just says waste. Because it was burned to ash. Like, literally, they just destroyed it. Completely. Everyone's dead. All the animals are dead. All the plants were burned. Nothing left. Like, that's what the French do. We don't like the French. There are reasons for this. Oh, dear. Roll the statue, not southwest. Okay. You are midway down the southwest hallway. The walls of this narrow passage are unadorned and smooth. The hallway continues to the southwest and the northeast. The push statue rests on the floor. Oh, wait, hang on. As you enter the corridor, a huge stone door begins to slide down from the ceiling, closing off any further progress. The closer you come to the door, the further... We don't like... Ah, shit. Okay, hang on. Actually, no, because this isn't a fucking... Hang on. There we go. Allow. There we go. There we go. Come on. Yeah. Yeah, Twitch blocked that because he said we don't like the French. This is... I feel oppressed. As an Englishman, I feel oppressed. Unless we're both against the Germans. Well... Unless there's something in it for us. We can play along. The weird thing about the French is we have a lot of grievances against the French, but it's like a case of the person you know, like, your enemy is the person you know the best. Like, we've known them for so fucking, like, we've both been around for so fucking long. We've been enemies for so long. Like, we get along better, well, we get along with the other countries in the Commonwealth because they are specifically born from us. Like, we created them. They're English countries. They have, generally, our culture. Some more than others. Although, none of us, to a degree I'd appreciate, including us. But the French, it's like, we know the French. We know what they're about. They fought for so long, they forgot why they were fighting. No, we didn't forget why we were fighting. It's because the French are evil. Listen. The French Revolution was a mistake. It's a tragic mistake. It has caused, it created untold suffering in the world, worldwide, because of the French Revolution. Because the French are stupid. That's my opinion as a Brit, as an Englishman. The French are stupid. Like, if they are the reason, the French Revolution is the reason why there is communism in the world. Like, the French Revolution did that. If it wasn't for them, Karl Marx would have been forced to get a job. And even before then, it was just kings versus kings mostly. But that was the worst. That was the worst thing they did. Was the French Revolution. Like, we can put up with king versus king action. Like, we can get along. We can deal with that. Okay, because it's like it's above us. Like, it's just fucking dickheads in the top fighting with each other. Karl Marx wasn't the first communist. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. He wasn't the first communist, but he was the one who popularized it. With his fucking idiot friend. What's his name? Was it Engels? Was it Engels the one that he was living with? Was it Engels, the factory worker, who paid Karl Marx to talk about how factory workers were oppressed? Yes, very smart. Very stupid. But no, it was literally called the Paris Commune, and that's where communism comes from. Like, the phrase. It's from the Paris Commune, which failed miserably, because it's communism. So of course it did. The closer you come to the door, the further down the door descends until eventually it is close to the floor. When you turn around, you can barely see beyond the circular room where an identical door has risen off the floor an equal amount. It still could have gotten popular without Karl Marx, though. Yeah, it could have, possibly, yes. But they were the ones that, like, the Paris Commune was the one that, like, put it there. Like, the idea out into the world to begin with. Because the French are stupid. For some reason, the French, I think it's the wine mixed with the cheese. Like, so much of it. Too much wine. Like, you gotta drink beer. And be rowdy, okay? But no, it's French, like, to be honest, European philosophy is all very collectivist. And they don't seem to understand that individual people are humans. It's very strange. Americans eat more cheese, but I'm not sure about wine. No, it's specifically the French cheese and wine. They've got their own particular brands, haven't they? Also, all the kidney diddling. That's the thing as well. There's a lot of that in France. I mean, there's a lot more of it in Europe, since we imported a lot of things, but you're not allowed to talk about that. It's illegal. It used to be as bad as it is now, but there you go. Roll the statue southwest and drop the head with it. Oh, alright. I mean, I just picked up the head. But okay. Now go northeast 3 times. And take... Okay, northeast. Drink the water. For fuck's sake, open canteen. Drink water. Northeast. What do I know random facts like that? I don't know. I don't know. You are standing midway down the long northeast hallway. The high walls are undecorated but bear the marks of the stone carver's tool. The hallway continues to the northeast and southwest. The path before you remains open, the stone door having risen to the ceiling, counterbalanced by the door on the opposite corridor, northeast. Room of Selkis. You are standing in a small room, that of the protective goddess Selkis. There are red, blue, and green patterns on the walls formed by small glazed tiles that have been carefully arranged in order of shade. I've got a... What's it called? What are they called? Look, is it a swatch? What are they called? Forgot. The darkest tiles border the floor and become lightest near the ceiling. On one wall, inscribed in a beaten gold panel, is the symbol of Selkis, under which you can see some hieroglyphic text. An opening through the southwest wall leads out of this room. A beautiful ruby cluster, sparkling like fire, sits on the floor. Take the cluster. Right, taking the cluster. Turn southwest twice. Put cluster in sack. The ruby one. The gold one's already in the sack, you muppet. Then head southwest again and get the head. Take head. You know a French person? Ah, my condolences. Oh dear. They're a bit of an ass, see? That's to be expected. Oh dear. Roll the head. Roll the statue northwest and northeast. Okay. Roll. Statue. Northwest. Okay. Roll. Statue. Northeast. Did you tell me to do it wrong? Hang on. Southwest. No, I think he wants me to... Right, roll. Statue. Northeast. Again. Yes, and then we go southwest, southwest, southwest. 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 He plays Payday 2, I think, and also seems to know a lot about Devil May Cry. Well, Devil May Cry is good. I haven't played Payday 2, because, as I understood it, that was a game that you don't play by yourself, because the AI was shit, and I don't have friends. What the fuck? Oh, northeast. Oh, shite. Right, okay. Southeast. Northwest. Where the fuck am I going? Northwest. Shit. What the fuck? Northwest. Northeast. Right, hang on. Drop head. Is it because I forgot to drop the head? Southwest. Southwest. There we go. Right. He thinks homophobia and pretending to be Christian is funny. It can be funny. Pretending to be Christian. Personally, I don't think that any identity is off the table. Although, to be fair, he is French. Does he have any room to be homophobic? Oh dear. Pretending to be Christian? He's French. What the fuck do I know? No, I mean, it's actually said things like acting like a homophobic Christian is funny. Okay. Like, we just acts like an ass. I don't care if he's pretending or not. Alright. That seems weird. Like, not in like a... Like, not in like a... over-the-top parody kind of way. Like, you know how people tend to be like the gay German stereotype kind of thing. Well, no, it's just like... Alright. Or, I suppose a better comparison would be like when people pretend to be a racist redneck. He's a bit over the top. Oh, well, yeah, but then he is French. So. Right, we're in the room of ISIS. Oh, shit. Damn it. Oh, dear. This is the room with the protective goddess Isis. You stand in amazement in the centre of the room as thousands of tiny lights twinkle around you. With great surprise, you realise that the light from your torch is being reflected by the mirror-like surfaces of innumerable quartzite chips. These are set artfully into red clay panels in the walls and surrounded by shiny red jasper fragments. On the southwest wall, under the winged symbol of Isis, some hieroglyphic text is inscribed in a gold panel. To the northeast is an arched opening, and looking through it, you can better make a hallway. Okay. Take cluster. Right. Put cluster in sack. The emerald. Emeraldo. Splash. Oh, fuck. I didn't even mean to write that. Oh, fuck. Oh, well. Never mind. Right. Oh, okay. I guess we've got to do... No, okay. Is it in the northeast? I think it's in the northeast. Yes, right. Take it. Roll. Statue. Southwest. Roll. Statue. Northwest. Roll statue northwest. Drop head. Drop head. Wait, have I already gone southeast? There we go. Room of Neath. I just get frustrated with this sometimes. It basically thinks being an asshole is funny. Well, there are people like that. Just swear him. Look at just say to him, "Oi, mate, you're acting like a twat. Pack it in." You see, this is why English people don't get along with French people. It's because French people act like arseholes because they think it's funny, and the English people tell them to pack it the fuck in, and the French people don't understand. It's a deep, ingrained cultural autism. Oh, dear. I am comically prejudiced against the French. You were standing in the room with the protective goddess Neath. Neath? I don't know. This room seems dark and mysterious with its decorations of inky blue lapis lazuli and jet black obsidian. Gold scrollwork defines an area on one of the walls, in the centre of which is a symbol of Neath. Below this you can see some hieroglyphs. Yes. Okay. Take opal cluster. Okay, so take cluster. And then it's northeast. Nope, northwest. Northwest. Put opal cluster in sec. Fuck. Put opal cluster in sec. Then go back northwest. Take head. Roll statue southeast. For fuck's sake. Roll statue southeast. Roll statue southeast. For fuck's sake. Roll statue southeast. Drop head. Northwest. 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 Rune of Nephthys. Oh, I never know how to say this one. Is it Nephthys? Nephthys? You have entered the room of the protective goddess Nephthys. The walls here are cut from pink granite, elaborately decorated with bright red carnelian and pale yellow feldspar. Feldspar! I know that name. I know that word. That word's from... Oh, else. I didn't know that was a real thing. Along the northeast wall are panels of beaten gold and yes. A winged symbol of Nephthys. Alright, so take the diamond cluster. Put diamond cluster in sack. I know he does it ironically, but I worry once you bury yourself in so many layers of irony, you begin to lose who you once were. Well, as someone who changed their personality as a child by whim. That is a thing you can do. But I question. It gets harder to do once you're older. And listen, if someone is doing if someone is being an arsehole because they think it's funny, and they do it often despite people not liking it, then he's not doing it ironically, he's just an arsehole. That's not like there's no need to bring like layers of irony or like in-depth thought about this. No. He's being an arsehole because he enjoys it. He's just an arsehole. There's no need to think any deeper about this. Like, it's fine. Oh dear. Okay, are we done? Are we done with the sacks? No. Pick up the sack. Okay, take the... I mean the homophobic Christian facade. Yeah, but that aside, that's just a vehicle for him to be an arsehole. Like, I don't believe that joking about something makes you believe in it. I don't believe in that kind of thing. I joke about all sorts of things. That doesn't... I'd be the most evil person on the planet if joking about something made you believe it. I think it's just a vehicle for him to be an arse. He thinks it's funny. He thinks being an arsehole is funny, so he's an arsehole. I guess that by itself just makes him an arsehole, I think. Like, it might not necessarily make him homophobic, but it does make him an arsehole. And frankly, do you want to be around an arsehole? Like, does it matter if they're homophobic or not? if you don't want to be near them regardless because they're an ass. Like, does the reason for it matter? To be fair though, he is young and just immature, I suppose. How old is he? Like, he's French, so I assumed he was a fully grown adult just being a dickhead. Just treat him like shit. Just treat him like absolute shit every time he does it. I suppose you can go like the adult route and like the way people tell people to do it, which is, oh, go up to him and say, look, listen, I know you think this is funny, but I find it deeply unsettling, and or I feel it makes me uncomfortable, and I don't appreciate it. I know, but he's a teenager. Just treat him like shit. He's a teenager. Treat him like shit. What's the issue? He deserves it. He's young, and he's French. Yeah. Just every time he does it. Every single time he does it, just treat him like shit. Don't say anything about it. Like, don't be blatant about it. Just every time he does it, like, just dismiss him outwardly. Just don't pay attention to him. Just, like, gaslight him into thinking that you don't care. that you just want nothing to do with him. Hate bomb him. Every time he does it. He will learn to associate his action like that with being hated. And either he'll stop, or he'll keep doing it. And if he keeps doing it, don't talk to him. Because he's a dickhead. Simple as. So I say to him, it's like, we could have been friends, but you're a twat. We could have been friends, but I just don't fucking like you. Right, we're back up. Oh dear. I like myself either. Hi, China. We're not talking about you. It's okay. You're not French. How you doing, China? I know someone else who got really worked up by him, and that's essentially what I said to him. Yeah. Just ignore the shit you say. No, don't ignore it. Don't ignore it. That's the thing. If you ignore it, he'll think it's fine. No, treat him like shit when he does it. Specifically. No? Try and to not engage in conversation with him. Well, just like, whenever he says something, just like working on relaxing your grip. Good boy, China. Don't engage in conversation. Like, whenever he says something, just like speak over him. Like, the second he starts to speak over him, if he's doing it. And whenever he makes like a point, just ignore it. Just like, act as if he hasn't spoken. Don't, like, passively ignore him. I want you to actively ignore him. What if I have hand cramps? Well, then you definitely need to relax your grip. Like, prise it open. Prise your hand open. Like, you're not dead yet. You don't have rigor mortis. You can open that grip. You can do it. I believe in you. Oh dear. Oh, what am I doing? We're playing a game here, aren't we? Yesterday's advice. Have you tried relaxing your grip? Today's advice. Prise your hand open. If at first you don't succeed, make it work. Unless making it work is a bad idea, in which case don't do that. Do the opposite. Yeah, it's like, oh, I can tell you what you can do. Like, one of the worst things you could do to someone when they're trying to be funny is, like, blatantly and obviously laugh. And I mean, like, laugh in a, just laugh, like, in an aggressive manner, in just sort of, like, in a condescending way. Like, someone makes a joke, just look at them and just go, ha 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 ha, but, like, loudly. I'm not doing it properly because I've got neighbours. But, like, laugh loudly and just look him dead in the fucking eyes. You do it. With no smile on your face at all. That will fucking destroy any and all self-esteem he's got. What the hands do is the manifestation of the heart wants. Now listen, China, I know what you're saying. I understand. Like, I understand that this is also allegory, okay? But what you just said sounds like something a sexual offender would say. I just want to let you know. I understand this is allegory and you're not being literal, but I expect to see that sentence in, like, a criminal report. Well, then lock me off, officer. Hey, I'm not into that. You take that kinky shit out of here. I didn't think I'd have this much fun playing this fucking game. Fair, it's not the game, is it? Oh dear, China. What are you doing? What the fuck am I doing in the game? I've completely forgot. I'm playing a game, apparently. Right, go south. Down the winding staircase. South landing. You're on a landing in the middle of a set of stairs. The staircase goes down to the south and up to the north. The walls here are undistinguished. Formed by the stones of which the pyramid was built. Narrow hallway. You're at the entrance of a narrow hallway which goes to the northeast. Pardon me. A staircase goes up to the north. So this isn't like the beginning of a hallway. This is a fucking corner. The hands do what the heart wants, and the heart wants, and the heart wants more blood. Oh dear. Well, I've gone from a sexual offender to a serial killer. Oh no. Hey look, take it to France, okay? Nothing of value will be lost. You are at a bend in the narrow hallway. The hallway continues to the northwest and to the southwest. Inscribed on the wall are some hieroglyphics. Well, I just went to the northeast, so I want to keep going to the northwest. Barge chamber, there we go. You are in the southern section of a huge room which holds the royal barge. Before you, to the north, is a plank which provides entrance to the barge. There is room to move around the barge to the east and west, while a doorway to the southeast leads into a darkened corridor. Alright, hang on. Go west. Barge chamber. You're in the southwest corner of the barge chamber. You can still see the barge entrance to the east, while there's enough room to continue to the north around the barge. North. You're in the northwest corner of the barge chamber. You can see by your light that there's enough room to continue around the back of the barge by going to the east, or you can bypass the bow of the boat by going south. East. You're at the start of a hallway which goes off to the north. To the south, directly behind you, is the back side of the barge. There's enough room to get around it to the east and west. North 5 times. Oh, okay. Steep passageway. You're at the top of a steep descending passage that plunges down to the north. Although the angle is quite steep, it looks as if you should have firm enough footing to travel safely. From the angle, it appears as though the passage is actually leaving the pyramid, cutting down through the sand high overhead to an adjoining building. You're about midway down a steep descending north-south passageway, which seems to lead out of the pyramid to the north. The walls of stone are polished and as smooth as glass, glistening in your light, lighting the passage far to the north and the south. You're at the north end of the descending passageway. You can see the smoothly polished passageway rising up out of sight to the south, heading back into the pyramid. A large doorway cut into the stone walls lies to the north, and through it you can see an immense chamber. Temple chamber. You are in a huge chamber, immense in its size and scope, especially since it is far underground. Your light seems to climb and fall from the high walls, making their top boundaries undefined as they melt into inky darkness. Flickering into the unknown reaches high overhead. There is a huge doorway carved out of the south wall, the arch at its top barely discernible in your light. To the north is a similar doorway, slightly scaled down, with pillars on either side of it, their shadows playing strange tricks on the walls behind them. You can just barely make out the paintings on the walls, pictures of the ancient queen, her servants, and the priests in a... Bless me. Holy shit. Inner chamber. Right. You are in the temple's inner chamber. The ceiling here is low enough for your light to reach it. There are openings in the east and west walls, and a large arched doorway to the south. The walls are covered with paintings, most of which depict the Queen in different stages of preparation for her trip on the royal barge. One in particular, larger than any of the others, shows the Queen and all her attendants aboard the barge, floating through the air on their way to the netherworld. Okay, wait, she took her attendants with her? Oh dear. There are some detailed hieroglyphics on one of the walls. Lying before you in tortured pose are the bony remains of a former adventurer. How did he get in without the cube? Someone who tried looting the pyramid long, long ago. As you bend over to pay your respects, something glitters, catching your eye as you move your head. Alright. West and south. You are in a room whose walls are covered with gold leaf. Your light reflects off the walls with a rich, warm tone and reveals the outline of hieroglyphics engraved in the gold itself. There is a doorway cut into the south wall, and through the reflected light you can tell it leads into a small chamber. There is another doorway leading out to the east. West and south. Golden alcove. You're in a small alcove off the golden room. Sitting in the middle of this small room is a roughly hewn slab of granite, much like a legless table. Sitting... It's just... You mean a fucking slab? A legless table. You mean a slab. Sitting in the middle of the granite table is a gleaming chalice made of gold. There's a scene in Fate Apocrypha where a woman licks a Starfo's chest in a sex dungeon. So they're like, no. Thank you for that. Okay. Alright. I hope it was consensual. Okay. Take the chalice. I have taken the chalice. I swear it's not hentai. You didn't answer my question before. Is the original game a hentai game? Because part of my brain seems to think it is. And I don't know. Because it doesn't seem like the thing that would be. Although, to be fair, it does actually seem like the thing that would be. Because every fucking visual novel made in Japan is a fucking hentai. All of them. It does not matter. It doesn't matter if it doesn't need to be. Which game? Fate Stay Night. Fate Stay Night's the original one, isn't it? Fate. I think it's that one. I think it's Fate Stay Night. The one with Archer. I read a very small amount of it. Don't know. Oh. Okay. Okay, so we've got the chalice. North, east. East and south. You're in the silver chamber, a room whose walls reflect your light brilliantly due to their silver surface. A doorway leads west and out, while another doorway leads into a smaller room to the south. Silver alcove. You're in a small alcove off the silver room. Sitting in the middle of this small room is a roughly hewn slab of granite, much like a legless table. Again, that's just a slab. Sitting in the middle of the granite table is a chalice made of gleaming silver. Take that chalice too. Right, so we've got the silver chalice. North, west, south, south, south. North, west, south, 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 south. It just seems like Astolfo was put in an unusually high amount of sexual situations compared to the other characters. He's a trap. Yes, I think his existence. I think his like character creation, like the thinking behind his character, was initially purely sexual. Like, I don't know if this person has a character. I don't know if it's literally just a sexual stereotype. I don't know, but from looking at him, it appears that he was probably made that way. I think him being in sexual situations is most likely the point. Listen, they knew who they were catering to, okay? Like, that character was created to draw in a very specific demographic. He's in 2 during the entire anime. Oh, okay. He's in a lot more on the internet. I can't think of any other characters that were in one. I know there's one that was basically just entirely softcore pornography, essentially. I don't know what any of them are called, but I do know there's one that like primarily follows like a bunch of like small girls. And I've seen screenshots of that one, and that one looks very sus. The one I just mentioned, the other you already know of. Yeah. Well, the other one, I think, is probably just there as a joke, to be fair. Mostly just as a joke. I don't know. It's not really my scene. Okay, what are we doing? Okay, west, south, east, and north. West, south, east, north. We're on the barge. You are standing on the deck of an ancient wooden barge. Before you, cut into the deck, is a hole. To the south is a plank which leads down off the barge. You can see two cabins on the deck, one to the west and the other to the east. Before you, running down through a hole in the deck, is a sturdy beam made of wood. Although only a few feet of it rise above the deck, it was probably used at one time as a mast. Okay, examine mast. If we examine the mast, we look at it intently, we stroke it. Well, in the scene I described, Astolfo seems very unfazed by it, and I think was meant to show just how much of a freak his master is. Oh, is it his master? Is it his master doing? Wait, hang on. Wasn't his master the dude? Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. His master... Oh, no. Oh, okay. His master is some woman who's into BDSM or something. Oh, okay. I mean, that makes sense. That does make sense. Alright. This wooden beam is made of an extremely hard wood. The mast is made of an extremely hard wood. It's 10 feet long, Jesus Christ. Fucking impale. And has a diameter of 12 inches, Jesus. Oh, god damn it. Scratched into it is the following symbol. What, fucking... Slash, exclamation mark, slash, okay, whatever. Yeah, examine the mast, then go east, down, and west, alright? This wooden beam is made of extremely hard wood. Indeed, yes. You are in the aft cabin aboard the barge. There's a door to the west which leads out to the deck, and a short ladder permanently mounted to the deck, going down into the depths of the barge itself. You are below the deck of the barge in what appears to be a huge hold. To the west you can see the hold continuing, while a ladder leads up and out of here. Out from here. You are in the westmost portion of the hold, below the deck of the barge. On the north side of the hull is a small knot hole about 3 feet off the deck. Overhead you can see a hole going through the deck, while directly below this hole, on the deck by your feet, is a slot. There's a hole, and then below it is a slot. Yeah, there's a very tall mast nearby. Coming down through the hole above your head and ending at in the slot at your feet is the beam which served as a mast. Oh, okay. Sounds like someone finally woke up. Oh dear. What's the story? Morning glory. Indeed. Examine the slot. Okay. Examine the slot. Look at it intently. A shim is wedged between the slot and the beam. Okay, take the shim. I don't know what a shim is. I have it, though. I don't know what a shim is, but I've got one. Oh, drop it. So we're just removing it. Return east, up, and west. Okay, east, up, west. Before you, running down through a hole in the deck. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Take the beam. How big was it again? It was like 10 feet long and 12 inches in diameter, and it's made of hardwood. This is fucking heavy, dude. How fucking heavy is this beam? Jesus Christ. That's like... Oh my god. That'd be really fucking heavy. How would you even pick that? Like, because he's picking it out of the hole, he's gonna have to like stand over it, like grab it, and then just like lift it straight out. That's gonna be fucking hell. We've underestimated this fucking dude. He's strong as shit. that'd be painful to lift up. Because it's not like you can't lean it against something. If you wanted to like brace it against something so that you could like grab it further down, you'd have to like pull it back so like brace it against the hole that it's in, and then move your hands down. Otherwise, you'd have to like properly squat and lift the entire thing up. You're playing a Steve from Minecraft. This dude's strong. Like, wood isn't. I mean, it'll be dry, so it's not going to be as heavy as like straight up a tree of the same equivalent size, because there'll be no water in it. But still, though, that's a big chunk of wood that he's lifting up. Like when I'm working at the wood, you can pick up a tree if you can get it to like. Because what you do is you pick up one end, you put that over your shoulder, you walk it up till you're in the midpoint, and then you let the weight pull it back, and you just leave it on your shoulder. And then you sort of like maneuver it so that you're in the center point, and then it sort of holds itself on your shoulder, and you've got your full weight carrying it, your full body carrying it. So that's fine, and you just have to maneuver with your hand to make sure you don't whack anything. It still puts a lot of work on your hand though, because it's not light. And he's just fucking picked it up. Like this dude's fucking. He must be built. He's not your average. Like he's not a fucking professor. The average professor. He works out. Okay. Take the beam. Go west. Yeah, I've just brought the beam into the fore cabin. Sure, why not? You're in the forward cabin aboard the barge. The cabin is bare with none of the luxuries you expected to see. You close your eyes for a moment, picturing the barge you'll someday own. The yacht fully rigged and crewed. You open your eyes and shake your head, anxious to see to make your dream reality. There's a doorway to the east, leading out onto the deck. Sitting on the deck is Papyrus Skull. How did we get the beam into this room? The cabin. It's fucking whatever. There's a Papyrus Scroll. Read the scroll. Oh, Jesus. What the fuck is that? I'm glad I don't have to remember this shit. I'm glad I've got to walk through. I don't have to remember that. That looks fucking awful. Look at it. One? Is it? Wait, no, because it's... Just 1, 2, 1, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1. Asterisk. Is that fucking arrow will be part of it? Fucking hell. No, I don't want to remember this. Good. Then return east. Oh wait, what the fuck? Oh, he's left the wooden beam here. Oh, okay, good. So why do you only play Devil May Cry on your birthdays? Because I like Devil May Cry. And because if I played them in order, then we'd get to 5 really quickly. And my computer can't really run 5. So this way, by the time we reach 5, my computer will be able... I should have a new computer. One that'll actually be able to play it. That's the plan. And that's why I like it. I enjoy Devil May Cry. So why not say something I like for my birthday? Especially given... I don't want... It's like... I like Blast Do something. And I know I like them. And I've played them before. So... It's fine. It's something I can just chill out. Play for a bit. I enjoy it. It's like it's not that I only play Devil May Cry on my birthdays as well. It's like I've only streamed Devil May Cry on my birthday, and I'm only planning on streaming Resident Evil. I've never played it, never played it in my entire life. I think I've played a bit of 4, I've played a bit of 5, wasn't mine, and I've played a bit of Resident Evil Outbreak, I think it was called, which is set in Raccoon City. But you don't play as like any of the main characters. You play as like a side character. And those are the only ones I played, I think. Yes. Oh, I played like 7's demo. And don't count. I go back to the Chamber around by going south. Southeast. Southwest. North. Alright, we're in here now. I don't need that beam, do I? Because I know he picked it. Aha, you motherfucker. I knew it. You son of a bitch. I've got to take that beam with me. Fuck's sake. No, northeast. Northwest. North. Take beam. There we go. South. South. No, wait. Southeast. Southwest. North. North. Ah, good. Okay, but test stream when? I'll find some game that's basically chess, and we'll play it at some point, okay? I'll stick Monopoly in there as well. It'll probably be some, like, brain teaser game at some point. That's just got, like, chess and Sudoku and crosswords and fucking word search and shit like that. Just go to the chess website and play chess online for free. Well, get my ass handed to me. In browser. Listen, you think I pay for half of the games that I play on here? Like, a lot of the games I play on this are abandonware. I can find a very old chess game that isn't being sold anywhere, and I can download it for free without any hit to my conscience. Maybe one day. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. When I've done this, I'll play chess. How about that? Instead of playing Infestation, I'll play chess. How about that? That make you happy? I'll close it. Once we've done this game, I'll close this and we'll go play fucking chess. Cool. Okay. God, it's been years since I last played chess. What am I doing? East into the cube room. Turning you around so you're facing the opposite direction. You are in a room whose symmetry is uncanny, at least to the unaided eye. The dimensions of the room seem to form a perfect cube. There are 3 square doorways cut into the walls, one to the north and another to the west. A wide staircase leads up through the square doorway to the east. Last time I played chess, I won. Well done. West. You're in a room whose dimensions seem to measure a perfect cube. On the floor of this room is a series of symbols inscribed on the stone. The walls bear strange pictures of a queen, one of which shows her being wrapped in linen, another one showing her being lowered into what appears to be a solid gold sarcophagus. 4 identical square doorways lead out of this chamber to the north, south, east, and west, south. Cube, 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 cube. You're in a room whose symmetry is uncanny, at least to the unaided eye. I'm going to read all this. A panel recessed into a wall glows softly in a reflected light, while some hieroglyphs are visible above it. Okay, examine panel. Oh fuck. This thing again. They added me into the game? Yes, cubic. This is now a cubic game. Examine the panel. Remove and then drop the first brick. Remove first brick. Fuck. It's in my inventory. Drop. Sticker. Remove first brick. Drop brick. Are you the game? Are you the main character? Sure. Sure, why not? You can be the character, Cubic. You're the strong one who's lugging a fucking beam about with him. Then the third brick. Remove third brick. Drop brick. Remove fifth brick. As soon as you grasp this brick, a square doorway swings open. You leap back, unsure of what may happen, but quickly realize you discovered a hidden passageway, making eastern movement from this cube room possible. Okay, do I still have the brick? Drop the brick. I don't need it. Do I get killed? I don't want to die. I will try to make sure that you don't die. I mean, I can't promise anything though. You're in a strange turning passageway. The floor here descends, reminding you of a ramp Craig once told you about. A deep entrance into the depths of an Incan tomb. Well, I don't think we're in Inca. We're in Inca land. The ramp turns off towards the north. Judging from what you remember of the cube rooms, the ramp most probably passes beneath the ascending east staircase. Through the open doorway to the west, you can still see one of the cube rooms. What'll happen to me if I die? You'll die. You will go to the cube heaven. Your torch is beginning to sputter. Shit. Okay, okay, oh fuck. Alright, Drop sack. Take jar. Take matchbook. Fuck. Take matchbook. Shit. 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 Okay. Okay. Inventory. Put shovel in sack. That's like trying to fit a Beethoven symphony into a music box. Fuck you. Drop. Beam. Take matchbook. Okay, so open jar. What are we doing? Okay. Light. Match. Put out torch. Extinguish torch. Dip torch in jar. Okay, light match. Light torch. Okay. Close jar. Put jar in sack. Put matchbook in sack. Take beam. Take sack. There we go. Right, okay, we're ready. Get back to it. Okay, down again. Top of stairway. You are at the top of a 16-step stairway. Specific. It leads west and down. The strange passageway into the cube rooms lies to the south. The walls here... Wait, what? Okay. The walls here are painted in somber colours. Deep ochres, browns and blacks, but the scenes the paintings depict are oddly gay. A priest smiles, their hands lifted high to Amun-Ra, offering flower petals in their palms, while a young girl, bedecked in black, stands by watching, a twisted smile on her face. Okay. Yeah, I understand that in this context, and this was made in the 80s, that gay probably just means happy. Like, joyous. But my mind can't stop. Smiling priests throwing flower petals into the air. for a girl's amusement. Oh dear. Okay. Examine the hieroglyphs. Okay. Examine hieroglyphs. That's not glyphs. Okay, I guess it is. What the fuck? Did I spell it wrong? Fuck. Examine hieroglyph. There we go. Fuck. God damn it. Fuck's sake. I went down twice though, didn't I? Huh? Oh, I see. You're at the bottom of the 16-step stairway. The stairway goes up to the east wall. Yes, okay, right. Examine hieroglyphs. Lovely. The fuck? Remove plaster. The chips fly where they may as you relentlessly flail the plaster with your trusty pickaxe. In just a few minutes you manage to clear all the plaster from the doorway. Lovely. Go west 3 times. You are at the east end of what seems to be a long straight passageway. After carefully looking over the walls, stones and floor, you determine that it is safe to proceed. Okay. You're in the middle of a long east-west passageway. The passage is narrow and seems to be a little more than a hallway hewn out of stone. You have reached the west end of the passage. Before you is a door surrounded by a heavy timber frame. The door is entirely blocked up with plaster. Toward the bottom of the north wall and the south wall, about 3 inches off the floor, are 2 small niches. There are some hieroglyphs on the plaster. Okay. Put beam in niches. Consider it done. Stretching across the floor from niche to niche is the wooden beam. Alright then. I don't know why I did that. Oh. Okay. Stand on beam. Remove plaster. Is this some trick thing that was supposed to kill us? The plaster chips fly from the door as the incessant tapping of your pickaxe does its work. The tapping has started some sand flowing out of the bottom of the doorway, and the floor starts to give way. In a few short moments, the floor has disappeared, but thankfully you're safe while staying on the beam. That's a trap. That's a fucking bullshit trap. Right. Open door. West. You are in the middle of the chamber of eternal royalty, the antechamber. The walls in this section of the antechamber are covered with beveled tiles of deep blue lapis lazuli and a pink alabaster. At ceiling height on the west wall are paintings depicting the marriage of the goddess Isis and the god Osiris. The antechamber stretches out to the north and the south. There's just enough light cast for you to see the outline of the bottomless pit in the passageway to the east. Through the doorway you can see the beam spanning the pit. Take the beam again. Put the beam back. Go south. You are in the southern end of the Chamber of Eternal Royalty. From here you can see the room stretching out towards the north. The south wall is painted to resemble large baskets of lotus flowers with their blue petals framing an image of the sun god Amun-Ra. The west wall has a timber doorway, inset several feet into the rocks, outlining a door. Put the beam in the door. Okay. Open door. You open the door and 2 huge stones start to close in on you from either side. Thankfully, you had the foresight to wedge in the beam in the doorway to prevent a flattening experience. Foresight indeed. Downright magic. Go west. Annex. You are in the Chamber of Rebirth, the Annex. As you gaze about this small room, strange coal-rimmed eyes gaze back at you from the painted figures which cover all the walls. There are scenes of a great procession, with white-clad princesses offering gifts of precious oils and papyri to the mummified figure of the queen. Bastet, the cat goddess, holds the mummy erect. Above you, painted on the ceiling, is the image of Tueris, the hippopotamus goddess. The only way out is through the doorway to the east. Wedged between the doorway from side to side is the stout beam. Sitting in the middle of this room is a huge stone slab. Is it like a table without legs? Around its sides run a seam which is barely detectable. On top of the slab are 4 round holes, 1 in each corner. Okie dokie. Ah, okay. Okay, put diamond cluster in first hole. Okay. Drop sack. Evidently, that's what I have to do first. Alright. Put diamond cluster in first hole. Done. A light click comes from beneath the corner. Okay. Put ruby cluster in second hole. Fuck. Put ruby cluster in second hole. Not rube. A cluster of rubes. That'd be weird, wouldn't it? Just a bunch of people crushed together. Emerald in the third. Put emerald cluster in third hole. And put, what was it, opal? Cluster in fourth hole. Put opal cluster in fourth hole. Done. Right, okay. Put all the clusters in. Raise the slab. Okay. The slab opens slowly and gracefully as if some internal mechanism balanced its huge weight. Opening the slab reveals a small spatula. An ancient book, and inside this book is the Krabby Patty secret formula. Oh dear. Take spatula. Take the book. Then put both in the sack. Put spatula, book in sack. Done. Good. Return east. Okay. Get beam. Doorway disappears behind two huge stones which slide horizontally from the doorway. Luckily you step out of their way just in time. Good, good, good. North twice. You're in the north end of the Chamber of Eternal Royalty. On the eastern and western walls are scenes carved in high relief depicting a royal figure, possibly meant to represent a new ruler, performing the ritual of the opening of the mouth and eyes, the ceremony of restoring to the mummy of the departed queen the use of its senses. The north wall of this area is a thick, solid wall of stone. In the centre of this wall is a timber lintel on top of a doorway. Okay. Is that timber lintel going to break as soon as the door opens? Put the beam under the timber. Yes. Put beam under timber. Wedged under the top of the doorway, perpendicular to the floor, is the wooden beam. Okay. Break seal. Alright. Break seal. Axe. You manage to destroy the seal and unleash the evil within. You glance to the right and see fine sand running from a crack in the stone. The beam creaks and groans under tremendous pressure as the 3-ton stone block above your head starts to lower. The beam holds the weight, saving you from a flattening fate. Good, good, good. Open door. Door creaks open. You are assaulted by a deep, musty, dead smell. Lovely. Go north. Burial chamber. Oh dear. You have entered the chamber of departure towards the final destinies. The funeral destinies, rather. The burial chamber. There is a doorway leading into a small room off to the east. In the middle of the chamber, stretching almost from wall to wall, is a huge ancient sarcophagus. Its cover is composed of pure quartz, and through the shining light you can see the golden, gleaming, mummiform coffin. There is a small recess and a large recess on the top of the cover, which you can make out as thin outlined areas. 4 statues surround the sarcophagus, one in each corner. Isis, Nephthys, Neith, and Selkis. Their outstretched arms clamp down tightly on the quartz cover. Wedged under the top of the doorway, perpendicular to the floor, is the wooden beam. Good, good, good. East into the treasury. Fuck. You are in the chamber of reconstitution of the body, the treasury. To the west is a doorway leading back into the burial chamber. In the room is a large granite table. Cut out from the top of this table are 3 circles of polished granite. The left disc is empty, and it is 1 inch above the top of the table. Sitting on the middle disc is a scarab, and the middle disc is slightly below the top of the table. The right disc is empty, and it is 1 inch above the top of the table. Okay. Drop sack. Oh fuck. No. Oh, for fuck's sake. Right. No. West. No. I left the sack. Shit. Shit. We kind of fucked without the sack. We ain't got the book. Do I need the sack, actually? Hang on. Let's find out. Right, okay. Put gold chalice on left disc. Okay. Fill silver chalice. Open canteen. Fill silver chalice. Fill silver chalice with water. The canteen is now empty, that's fine. Put silver chalice on right disc. Take scarab. Okay. West. Ah, fuck, no, I need the book. Shit. We can't finish the game. Fuck. Oh, no. I do, I need the book. Fuck. Oh, god damn it. Should I go from the beginning? Fuck. Okay. Hang on. South. Take match book. Let's see how quickly I can get through this. What the fuck? Oh, fuck. Get up. South. South. Take match book. Okay. South. South. Open sack. Take canteen. Take sack. North, north, west, west. Take all. East, north, west. Open canteen. Fill canteen. Close canteen. Okay. East, east, north. Break padlock. Axe. Take lock. Drop lock. Open trunk. Take beef. Map. Open map. Drop map. Okay. Take cube. South, east. South, south, east, east. Dig, sand. Fuck. Dig, sand. Dig, sand. Dig, sand. Dig, sand. Dig, sand. Put cube in hole. Open canteen. Drink. Close canteen. Down. Down. Okay, we don't need a shovel anymore. Drop shovel. Okay. Tie rope to sack. Tie rope to altar. Throw rope north. Look, okay. Take jar. Torch. Okay. Do. Oh, yes, okay. Open jar. Dip. Torch in jar. Close jar. Light match. White torch. Put jar in sack. Okay. Put match book in sack. Okay. Take sack. North. Okay. Take gold cluster. Put cluster in. Put cluster in sack. Okay, yeah. Right. Push statue. Take head. Roll statue. Northeast. Drop head. Eat. Right. Open canteen. Drink. Close canteen. Right, so we've gone northwest, wasn't it? Yep, so southeast. No, southwest. 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 Take cluster. Northeast. Northeast. Put cluster in sack. Emerald. Northeast. Take head. Push statue. Southwest. Push statue. Southeast. Drop head. Northwest. 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 Take cluster. Southeast. Put diamond cluster. Southeast. Put diamond cluster in sack. Okay. Southeast. Southeast. Take head. Push statue. Northwest. Push statue. South. West. Drop head. Northeast. 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 Take cluster. Southwest. Southwest. Put ruby cluster in the sack. Southwest. Take head. Push statue northeast. Push statue northwest. Drop head. Southeast. 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 Take cluster northwest. Northwest. Put opal cluster in sack. Take sack. Up. Okay, right. So that's that entire section done. Nice and quick. Right, so we go south, south, northeast, northwest. And then west, north, east, north, 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 west, south. Take chalice. North, east, east, south. Take chalice. North, east, not west. Yes, it is. Okay. North. Wait, there. South, 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 south. West, south, east, north. West, south, east, north. East, down. West, west. Look, slit. Wait, no. What was it? Look, slot. Oops. Look. Examine slot. Take shim. Drop shim. East. East. Fuck. Up. West. Take beam. Take beam properly. West. Read. Scroll. East. Take beam. South. Nice. Right, that's the barge area done. Now we've got to go to the cube area, I think. South. Southeast. Southwest. North. North. East into the cube room. west, south. Examine panel. Yes. First, third, and fifth bricks. Okay. Take first brick. Drop brick. Take third brick. Drop brick. Take fifth brick. Drop brick. Okay, I've got the bricks. East. Down. Down. Examine hieroglyphs. Right. Remove plaster. Right. West 3 times. Examine hieroglyphs again. Fuck's sake. Examine. How do you spell hieroglyphs right, but not examine? Right. Okay, put beam in niches. Put beam in niche. Put beam in niche. Stand on beam. Remove plaster. Was it open door? West. Take beam. Right then. Okay. We're taking the beam. Now we want to go south. Put beam in door. Open door. Then we want to go south, west. We're in the annex. Okay. We made it back quite quickly now that we know what we're doing. Okay. Put diamond cluster in first. Drop sack. Put diamond cluster in first hole. Fuck, okay. Open jar. Light match. Take match book. Light match. Okay. Extinguish torch. Dip torch in jar. Light match. Light torch. Okay. Drop matchbook. Drop jar. Okay. Okay. Close the jar at least. Wherever it is. Right, we put the crystal one in, didn't we? Right, okay. Diamond one. Put ruby in second hole. Put ruby cluster in second hole. Put, what was it, emerald? Emerald cluster in third. Come on. Hole. And put the opal cluster in fourth hole. Right then. Lift slab. Take spatula book. Put spatula book in sack. Take sack. There we go. Jesus Christ. We got that done that time. Thank God. East. Take beam. North, north. Put beam under lintel. Now what do we do? Just break seal. X. Right, and then we just go, which row was it? Right, we're just about here again. Open door. Yes, hang on. Open door. Got to open the door first. North. East. Okay, nearly there. Drop sack. Put, what was it, gold chalice on left. Yes, okay. Open canteen. Fill. Silver. Chalice. Fill silver chalice with water. Put silver chalice on right disc. Take scarab. Take sack. Back into the burial chamber. Okay. Drop sack. Okay. Right, we're back where we are. Where we were before. Put book in large recess. The book now rests in the larger area on the cover of the sarcophagus. Okay. Put scarab on small in small recess. Done. You hear a clicking sound coming from beneath all of the statues as you place the scarab within the smaller outlined area on the cover. Okay. Turn neath statue. Okay. Hang on. Turn neath statue. The neath statue moves slowly, pivoting about its base, releasing its hold on the quartz cover. And then turn... which one? Selkis statue. The Selkis statue moves slowly, pivoting about its base. Turn Isis statue. And then turn Nephthys statue. The Nephthys statue, right, the statues freeze in their current positions and you hear a light click come from the cover of the sarcophagus. Okay. Open sarcophagus. You lift the cover with great care, and in an instant you see all your dreams come true. The interior of the sarcophagus is lined with gold, inset with jewels, glistening in your torchlight. The riches and their dazzling beauty overwhelm you. You take a deep breath, amazed that all of this is yours. You tremble with excitement, then realize the ground beneath your feet is trembling too. As a knife cuts through butter, this realization cuts through your mind, makes your hands shake and cold sweat appear on your forehead. The burial chamber is collapsing, the walls closing in. You will never get out of this pyramid alive. You earned this treasure, but it cost you your life. And as you sit there, gazing into the glistening wealth of the inner sarcophagus, you can't help but feel a little empty, a little foolish. If someone were on the other side of the quickly collapsing wall, they could have dug you out. If only you'd treated the workers better. If only you'd cut Craig in on the find. If only you'd hired a reliable guide. Well, someday, someone will discover your bones here, and then you will get your fame. Sorry, Cubic. Sorry, Cubic, you died. Whoops. Oh dear. Never mind. Well, that was Infidel. Thanks for watching. Oh dear. Right. Well, I had to play through the whole game again, which only took me like 10 minutes. But that's because I knew what I was doing that time. Right. Well, yes, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Stay safe. Don't die in pyramid collapses, pyramid cave-ins. Don't go playing around with ancient buildings. And I hope to see you again soon. Until then, ta-ra. I guess I'll go play chess.